Hi, everybody. It is the 21st of February, Sunday. Um, yeah, as usual, I don't really plan too much what I'm going to say on these short videos. Um, as far as, you know, figuring out what's going on, there's so many people out there that are really onto it. We're all catching on what's going on. We're all connecting the dots. We're all figuring out what's been going on. So as far as waking up, it's working, you know, and for us that are sort of been doing this for a while, I mean, I've got a lot of patience, so it's however long it takes is however long it takes. I know there is also kind of a time frame that it has to happen in order to be a really positive timeline, and I know it's hard to understand sometimes about forecasting timelines, and also realizing that we're kind of being watched and helped from off planet. All these ideas we've been taught our whole lives are kind of crazy thoughts and don't even consider them. But as we're all kind of waking up to what not only what's going on, uh, for me, like I said, I told you guys before, whether you believe it or not, you think I might be crazy or something, but I kind of came here for a purpose, and I'm waking up to that all the time. And like I said, I get telepathic messages, and it took me a while to figure out where they were coming from and who was behind it all. And then I found out that they're called Council of Five, and I wasn't sure who that was, and so I finally looked it up. Yeah, it's basically it's kind of an alliance of galactic beings, um, that are basically fighting for um, against tyranny throughout the galaxy, all over the place. So, that took a while for me to sort of accept that, but I kind of get because it's becoming more and more real to me. And they tell me things all the time, and they're all kind of like potential things that are going to be happening soon. So, like, I don't know exactly everything. I get premonitions just like probably anybody else, or maybe a lot of people have that turned off right now, and eventually it'll get more activated as time goes on. But I kind of guess what I wanted to get across today was, um, what I'm noticing about myself, and I know I don't speak for everybody, but um, it's becoming more clear to me that I've had to lose my my ego, and I've been working on that for at least a decade. What I mean is, like, try to get beyond um, my human body, and that would uh, kind of think past it. And for me, it's it's like I have to try to stop my humanity, my physical human body, from getting in the way of what I should be doing. If you know what I mean, it's like my humanness is almost becomes a block because my human body is, well, all of us are quite self-centered to a certain extent, depending on how large your ego is. But for me, I've always had to kind of tamp it down. I don't want to be. That's why I'm kind of also a shy, kind of reclusive person too, because I want to kind of tamp it down. I don't want to be noticed too much. I kind of don't want to. And I've always kind of wondered why. And like I said, as this story gets, um, unfolds more as we keep going along here, I realize that there's bigger things going on than just my life. So, you know, I don't want to sound necessarily too cliche by saying this, but it's basically the conclusion I'm coming up with is, like I said, I've come here and I'm thinking, well, what can I do uh, to help free mankind? You know, rather than looking at what what this world can give to me. So the classic, JFK saying is like, ask what you could do for your country and not what your country could do for you. that's the situation I'm in, especially in the last year in particular. I've been kind of putting my needs and my desires off to the side because to me, I think the most important thing going on right now, whether people realize it or not, is the freedom of humankind, of us, of all of us. So, like Earth, or it's also called Terra, or you know. So, I'm always so now I'm in this situation where I realize that we've been used and abused, and there's lots of child trafficking, human trafficking going on. And I was chatting with a friend of mine the other day about, yeah, we almost would come to that position, just like, well, what can we do? I just want to go down in those dumps and start, I wished I could go down there with a bazooka and blow all the bad guys away and rescue all the children. It's like, that's kind of, once you realize, or I guess when you get to that point where you really do believe this is going on, and it goes beyond just physical proof, although there's beginning, that's starting to mount more and more and more. But also in my heart, I know that this is going on, and I just want to do something to help free not only the captive ones right now that are being used, but also us. It's the bigger picture. In other words, I'm here for the bigger picture. Like, what can we do to get us on track? You get out of this bad situation. So that's kind of the extent I'm waiting for. I mean, of course, I have to, you know, keep a roof over my head and buy food and maintain my physical body. But what I'm getting at is, like, my hopes and aspirations are kind of taking second seat now, for sure. They're taking back seat. So I'm more concentrating on what can I do to help this movement. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. But also a little footnote, what they've been telling me lately is our system down here is completely corrupt. We're working for pieces of paper, and we're slaves. We don't realize we're slaves because we're living in a debt society, which is they constantly want us to purchase things that we can't afford, and then somehow they'll rationalize it, but tell us that the prices keep going up, but no, they're inflated. Everything keeps getting inflated, and prices of our houses are way more. Interest is higher, whatever. Maybe not necessarily lately, but if you guys know, it's like we all live these lives that we, never seem to get ahead. And then when you finally get ahead, is usually when you're probably like 80 years old, and now you're like, okay, I actually finally own my car, and I finally own my house, and you end up booking out of here. That's what they want. That's exactly what they want. So, and they want us to pursue our lives, as in, get so distracted with our own goals and lives and keeping up to the Joneses and stuff. I mean, I'm long past that, so I don't care about that. And I'm always been the strange one that just kind of follows a different path anyway. But I'm just saying lately, yeah, it's all about this freedom operation that's going on, freedom of Earth. Now, so it's like 24/7. I kind of pretty much just following any news and what's going on and everything. But I guess, well, okay, I'll just end this video because I don't want it to go on too much. But I'll kind of give you a heads up of what my guides have been telling me is what's playing out right now, as you guys know, is kind of a charade, and the good guys are actually in control behind the scenes. It's like, I'm not sure how much I can tell you, but because I don't want this video taken down either. But what's coming up next is basically they're letting the Biden administration be the fall guy for what's about to happen. Is, first of all, it's showing how bad it could have been, but it's not going to be if this administration kept on going forward. But also, it's when the economy or the U.S. dollar collapses, it'll be he's going to be the fall guy for that. So, as funny and as classic as it's going to seem, then someone that was actually elected president will be reinstated because there'll be enough proof to prove that, and then when the economy crashes, he'll be there to pick up and put in place the new financial system, sort of, if you know what I mean, if you know what I'm getting at. So, and that's going to happen this year. So, I'm not sure of the timeline, but it's going to get pretty exciting pretty quick. That's the information I'm getting right now. So I can kind of hint around to what's coming up a little bit, what they're telling me. Granted, these are just possibilities. But anyway, so that's my little short video for today. And I'm going to do probably a little write-up. And I also appreciate you guys adding to the site and connecting the dots. And yeah, let's just keep going. It's like I said, it's not about us. Well, for me anyway, that's my perspective. It's not about me. This is not a movement for us to profit by or whatever. It's just, of course we all want to be free. But what I'm getting at is this is about us as a species. This is huge, you guys. This is, well, it'll get more clear as time goes on. But you guys, we gotta stick together. We can't be fighting each other or anything. We have to get through this together. Anyway, okay, that's just a short one for today. Talk to you guys later, and stay positive, my friends.